Welcome to your final 49ers film breakdown of the season. We're your host, Cohn and Jack Hammer. This is going to be the defense. Last week we did offense in the NFC Championship game. This is going to be really interesting. We're going to see what DeMeco did right, what he did wrong, how Nick Bosa was so effective, how Eric Armstead was where he was. All of it. Anything else you're looking for?
Just taking a look at how the 49ers were able to or unable to stop the Rams on third down. I think that's going to be interesting to take a look at as we go through this, because that was one of the biggest keys of this game.
Certainly. Let's do it. Here we go. Okay. First play.
Yeah, they open up here. They're kind of taking advantage of the big cushion that Emory Thomas has given them down here at the bottom, which is really something that was talked about going back to the NFC wild card game by Troy Aikman. Just the amount of cushion that they were given. He does a good job though coming up and making the stop here.
Yeah,
they do it on both these first two plays. First to Beckham here, and then they'll come back to Jefferson, I believe, on the next one. It's a free 3 yards, but they're going to do that here a couple of times, and they'll be stuck in fourth down though. Again, just a little hitch. Thomas comes up, does a good job of taking him out of bounds.
Yep.
It's pretty straightforward. And then here on third down, they're gonna attack him again. This time with Beckham, and it's going to be incomplete.
No blitz, man-to-man coverage. Oh.
It's a zone.
It's a zone. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. It looks like
just up tight, really playing like a two. The way that they're playing it, it's kind of like a cover 2 zone.
Cover 2. Yeah, it is. They didn't do that under Saleh. That's something they've been doing under DeMeco.
Yeah, and it's it works out well for them, but just a bad ball there by Stafford.
Yeah. That's true. He was open. Should have hit that. Okay. Next series.
Yeah, and then this is where it starts to, now they're in that 2 deep shell, so it provides a light box, and the Rams start to take advantage of it right here. They're going to get 3 on the run, kind of up the middle to the left side coming back. Just like we see the 49ers run that, right? It's just that split belly with the guy coming across, and he's going to follow him to the left.
89. Yeah. Yeah, this is like one of the 3 run plays that the Rams run.
Yeah.
Outside zone, inside zone, split belly. All right, there you go. There's one.
And they were able to take advantage of the 49ers with this, though.
2 deep again.
Yep. They're going to run a little screen. It's actually covered up pretty well. He just has to bury it. It's a really good job there. That's going to be. Bosa does a really good job of sticking on 89 and not letting him get away from him. That's a really good play by Bosa.
Absolutely good job, Bosa.
And you get the pressure from Greenlaw up the middle on the blitz.
Yes. Also, DJ Jones getting in there.
Yep. So really good job breaking them. And then this is where it starts to fall apart, though. 3rd and 7. It's just too easy for them. That's they're sitting back. 49ers do this all the time anyway, where they kind of play soft and they're going to let you come down the field. But I mean, that's Cooper Kupp, and nobody's within 3 yards of him.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. You essentially have one-on-one against Fred Warner. That's a tough matchup for a linebacker. You got Jimmy Ward bailing like he's trying to protect Emory Thomas deep when the sticks are at 7 yards.
Yeah, because I think they're actually what they're doing. It looks like they're playing 2 again, because you've got the way that Warner's playing this is he's gonna follow him up the field. He doesn't want him to, he's gonna follow him up the seam.
Yeah,
and so he's got his back turned, but that opens up the out for him.
That's a really conservative call on 3rd and 7. Cover 2 with a 4-man rush.
Yeah, well, the 49ers had such success with their pass rush early in the playoffs. I think they got a little complacent with it to an extent.
Hard to knock Fred Warner on this one. I feel like this is just DeMeco getting beat on 3rd down.
You're right. That's what it is, because they're playing zone down here and kind of across. There's not a whole lot.
What do you want Warner to do? He's playing leverage. I mean, he's giving him the outs. He's going to get beat.
Yeah, he just doesn't want him to cross his face. He wants to chase him deep or to the outside. There's nowhere. It's just a hole in the zone.
Yeah, it's just a hole in the zone. Okay, so that's Sean McVay 1, DeMeco Ryan 0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It should be 2-0 for McVay, right? Because the other one was open as well.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
gonna get a check down here from Stafford to Akers.
And this is cover 3. So
Yeah,
you're
playing
doing
cover.
lots of zones so far.
Mm-hmm. Cover 3. I mean, he almost could have taken that down the middle of the right there because it looked like it was open. He checked it down before the pressure got to him.
Yeah. Nice tackle by K1.
Yep. Yeah. So then this is gonna be play action again. They've shown the ability to do this really well against the 49ers over the years. Play action boot.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the stuff that they did against them going back to 2019 with Robert Saleh
Yes.
and Jared Goff. They killed them with this in the first half up in Santa Clara in that second game of 2019.
Yeah, watch Avery Thomas.
Yeah, because he doesn't even see him because he's looking at the he doesn't see he's looking at the fake. He's chasing Cup down the field.
Is that like the conflicted defender on this play? Is that who they're trying to put in conflict? The corner.
Yeah, sure. It looks like it because it doesn't look like there's any other flat defender down to this side of the field. So if he drops back,
since we're going to crush Tartt later, it's worth pointing out he does a good job recovering and play on this play action play. Woo! Like I don't know if Afunga could do that. I mean, it was decent.
Yeah, no, it's a good play by him. I think 20 just kind of gets caught in there. He doesn't see the route developing, and he's a little late to get there.
Yeah,
it's not an awful play, but it's not you need to get a little bit better.
Yeah,
no, you got to recognize it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, again, play action. They got the 2 deep zone and just runs right underneath the safety.
Like to see Thomas get like his hand on him, I don't know. This is my thing. Yeah, you're right up in his face, like jam him.
Yeah, he doesn't get any contact with him.
Yeah, not terrible coverage. It's a nice throw, tight window, good hit by Jimmy Ward. I'm just saying, I'm not 100% sold that Avery Thomas is going to be a high level starter. I'm not betting against him, but I think they might want to bring in some competition for him this offseason.
Yeah, because this one. This play right here looks like it's supposed to be man, and he just doesn't get a hand on him. He needs to just kind of disrupt him a little bit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Because I feel like Mosley's pretty much proven himself. I mean, teams don't go after him very much.
No, Mosley's
never gives up touchdowns.
No, Mosley's a proven guy. The only issue with him is his health.
Durability. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been an issue.
He missed 6 games this year. That's significant.
Yeah. 6 this year, 4 last year, so it's been an issue.
Yeah.
And then here they just
from the end zone.
Gash him.
Okay, I bet you. Hold on, real quick before we even run the play. What do I see? The backup D line in Kentavious Street. I'm sorry, Kentavious Street has been getting moved around in the run game all year. Going back to Detroit. Remember when Detroit was running the ball really well in the first half?
Yeah, and when you look at it, I mean, they look at the gaps that they have in the middle with with both of those guys over the tackle, and they're not able to really fill.
Yeah, those are big holes. They're both what do you call 2 eyes on the inside shade of the. That's some big holes. Look at 77. Yeah. There's no one around him.
Yeah, he's wide open. Same thing with the tackle on the other side. They're just going to crush. They're going to crush down on those one techniques. Boom, and then get to the second level, and Tartt's not able to make the tackle in the hole because 18 comes around and blocks him.
Yeah, Skowronek.
Yeah, Skowronek comes over and he makes the block, and then 79's able to double off up to Greenlaw at the second level.
But yeah, they really knocked Kentavious Street on the ground. One more time.
Yeah.
Boom. I guess it's kind of unfair to put Street in that position, but he can't do that.
Yeah, 57's got to do a better job of getting across his face.
Yeah, one more time. Let's watch 57. Yeah, this is why they're going to go with Azeez Al-Shaair. Oof. Not good.
You can't just go into his face up like that. He's got to be the outside. He's got to force that thing back inside to Warner.
Right.
They come back from that though right here, and they're going to stop him for nothing, I think. Yeah. just nothing there. They pinch down and they bounce him back outside, and
Yeah. Who was that on the edge over there? 56, Epicom? Okay.
yeah,
He came on really strong at the end of the year.
yeah. Ebicom once he moved into the starting role, he played well. He had,
Good point. It wasn't just like a designated pass rusher.
yeah, from that point on, he was good. The 14 games if it was the starter, he had 6.5 sacks, 14 quarterback hits, and
he had 5.5 sacks in the Niners' last 8 games, including the playoff. He really came on strong.
Yeah, he was definitely a guy that earned the kind of earned what they were looking for out of him. I believe.
No question. So here what is this? This is 2nd and 8. Trips to the left. There's no one really immediately over Cooper Kupp, which is rough. You're playing some kind of zone, and he takes all the attention. They go out to, what is that, Sklaronic? No, Higbee. Is that the last play for him? Okay.
It's going to be right around there.
Yeah. Niners were hitting hard early in this game. Oh, that's a big hit. Mostly hits hard, and Tartt's a good hitter too.
Yeah. Tartt's a stud. And on this one, they're going to be in man coverage. At least we know that Williams is matched up man on man with Kupp. That's where the ball's going to go. They're going to try to hit Kupp on a crosser here underneath. He does a good job of getting up on him.
Yeah. This was a great play.
Getting the ball up in the air.
I mean, K1 really got beat a lot of times by Kupp in this game, but most slot guys do, and this is a nice play that K1 forced. It was huge.
Yeah, I think what they realize is he's lined up as a kind of an inside technique on him, and they started to work him to the outside.
Yeah.
Because from where he's lined up right now, it's a tough one. If he goes to the outside, it's a lot harder.
You know what this reminds me of? The play that Malcolm Butler made to win the Super Bowl for the Patriots.
Yeah, similar. He's able to get underneath there. Yeah, they might have wanted to have a little bit more of a rub there between those two.
Yeah,
they don't get it.
Yeah. At this point, I'm thinking, man, the Niners are so tough to beat when they force a turnover. This game is over right now. Jimmy Ward again in the first quarter. Again. I really thought the Niners had this. I don't know about you.
No, not at this point, but I mean, it was obviously this was a huge stop for them, right?
If Jimmy Garoppolo did this, I would roast him to no end, man. It's like, what was this kind of decision? And that's my thing with Matthew Stafford. He makes really, really pretty throws, difficult throws, but his decision-making is bad, legitimately bad.
There's a lot of good stuff from Stafford in this game, but if Tartt holds onto the ball, the whole narrative around,
and that was a horrendous decision, right? Why are you throwing? What are you doing?
It's just a pop up in the middle of the field.
Are you punting? Yeah,
that's pretty much what it was. Was a first down punt.
Ugh. Okay, so now they're backed up.
Really good run defense there by DJ Jones.
Oh, look at that! Look at the difference between DJ Jones and a double team and Kentavious Street against a double team. Watch DJ. This is why DJ Jones is going to get hella money this offseason, even though he doesn't really sack the quarterback very much. Look at that.
Yeah, he's able to stand him up at the line of scrimmage, and even though Whitworth comes down on him, he's not able to move him.
It's crazy they got this guy. Was it the 6th round?
Yeah,
I mean, he's better than Kinlaw. I mean, he's really good. This guy, if you're looking for that kind of a run-stuffing D tackle, should have went way higher in the draft.
Yeah, he's way better than Javon Kinlaw. It'll be interesting to see what Kinlaw does this year now that his knee's been fixed. We'll see what he can do.
I feel like the Niners aren't going to re-sign DJ Jones. They're going to bring back Kinlaw, and it's not going to be an upgrade. Maybe it will. We'll see.
They're kind of stuck with Kinlaw. They can't get rid of him because he's got a big dead cap number. But
okay, so let's watch this one. So you got the wide 9 again. This is just inside zone with the 2 double teams up the middle. You got DJ Jones being a freaking monster on his side. Can't move him. And then you got Armstead on the other side. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I think this is why Saleh didn't want to play him at defensive tackle a lot of times, because he's just look at his body type. It's harder to not get moved by that double team. He's tall. Look at DJ Jones. Is this 6 feet versus 6'7"? Anyway.
Yeah, but this is they've got to squeeze that down a little bit more from the end and from the linebacker and the safety. All three of those guys have to. It's a good,
Yeah.
It's not a bad job by Bosa, but they don't get anything really out of Warner, and then you get and William Cup does a really good job there on Cup and Jefferson. Really are the ones that pop it.
Yeah. Okay, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, this is pass interference down here on Thomas.
Okay, he gets hands on him, but doesn't take him off. Yeah, you can't do that. Let's watch it again. 5 yards, right?
Yeah, you can't really see a. Yeah.
Looks like he pretty much holds him to the top of the route. Was he pointing at him? I like that. Point at the other guy.
If anything, it's illegal contact even if they don't want to call pass interference because they are jamming the whole way.
Right, good point. It's something.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's I don't know if I'd say it's a pass interference, but it's a penalty that would have given a first down regardless.
Okay. All right. So I haven't seen him go after Mosley yet, which is smart. He gets a lot of respect.
Good pursuit across there.
Greenlaw. Warner gets blocked. Well, he's there too.
Yeah, that's a good job. I mean, they got to pursue across. It's a 4-yard game, but they could have been more. They did a good job of getting out there. Come back with a just. Yeah, Bosa loses the edge, and they're able to get around there.
Okay, let's watch it.
Again, they're playing. It's a soft zone, right? I mean, they're playing a soft box. They bring up Ward a little late, but he's still pretty far off the line of scrimmage, and he's the. He kind of helps out a little bit at the end of the play. Not really. I'd like to see him be able to come up and make more of a stop at the line of scrimmage instead of just kind of floating there.
Yeah. Interesting they keep running at Bosa's side. His motor's so good, I don't really know if you want to run away from him.
Yeah.
You gotta pick something. Here they go run away from him.
This was a problem for the 49ers in this drive, though. They were able to. Again, this is where they had the long drive. They don't get any points. The game's still tight at this point, and they're able to go down here and just really chew up the clock. They take 9 minutes off the clock here.
Hold on real quick. This is 3rd and 2. We've been keeping score between D'Amico and Sean McVay. So this is 3rd and 2, and what does D'Amico call? He calls the stunt.
Yeah, the stunt opens up.
Stunt. Doesn't really expect a run.
The stunt opens up the hole.
Yep, good call by McVay. He just runs right out of that. Good call by McVay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you can see 3rd and 2, you have Arden Key and might want to run the ball.
Yeah, 3rd and 2 is an easy one for them.
Yep.
You're going to run a toss down here to the left side. Now the 49ers have they've got the extra linebacker. They got everybody down. Just look at the blocking. He's 5 yards downfield before he gets to the first defender.
So here they're running away from Bosa. They're running at, who's this, Jordan Willis? No, Ebukam, okay. And Street, who's already out of the play. Ebukam's out of the play. Interesting. They both kind of jump to the inside. Ooh, nice block by who? Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Oof. Armstead. Oof. And then Bosa tracking him down from the backside, of course. Yeah, he plays so hard.
Just you get a hat on a hat, push everybody down the field, and there's nobody there, and he's 6-7 yards downfield before 6 yards downfield before he gets hit.
Yeah. Okay. And they motion in Cup again like they're gonna crack down and run. Let's see what they do. Oh, it's definitely looking like a run now. Oh, it's a screen. He's playing way off, huh? Way off.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, this is what they go back to the Aikman kept talking about this during the Cowboys game, or at least after. He was talking quite a bit about the cushion that they were given, and how
CeeDee Lamb and all these guys.
and against the Rams, they just took advantage of it. This easy little pitch and catch stuff here,
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be some good pressure here by
Street.
Yeah, Street and Emicom get the pressure over there, and he has to throw it away.
Street is if you can get him a 1-on-1, as we saw in training camp, he's tough.
Yeah, he's a good 1-on-1 pass rusher.
If you can, there you go. He is a good 1-on-1 pass rusher. That's it. Still, you can make some money that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a restricted free agent this year, right?
Yeah. I don't think they'll give him too much. They call this nothing on the field, right? This looked like he definitely didn't mean to do. He was not throwing the ball away. It slipped out of his hand. And you look at it. I thought he almost made a move for it. Anyway, who cares?
Yeah, and then third and 10, and now you're gonna get Matthew Stafford, Matty Wheels here.
Matty Wheels, you rush 5.
Yeah, they rush 5. They're man across the board, and he's able to just run into the hole and slide.
That's a tough break. I forgot about this player. Let's watch this. So you got 57 in coverage, pretending to blitz, but 54 is blitzing. He's got 98 and 91 sort of doing a little twist, and other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. The problem with this is that they need one of these two guys that are on top of each other to get over here to the left side. They all get caught up over here on the right, and now you've got 2 on 2.
91. Yikes.
Yeah, and look at 73 driving those two. Everybody, look at the frontiers are all together. They lose their pass rush. This is one of the things we hadn't seen from them throughout the offseason or the postseason, was when they were rushing, just getting so out of whack with their rush lanes. They all just kind of get caught in the middle here, and it's wide open for Stafford to step up and run.
Yeah, I just don't understand what this design is either. Where's 91 supposed to go? Outside of 54?
I think he's supposed to come back and around. I just think he gets caught up. At least that's what I'm guessing, but it sure seems like he's supposed to loop.
91's supposed to loop to the left of Warner. Is he supposed to come all the way around?
I
know Fowler used to call like blitzes like that, where the guy comes all the way around, takes forever.
Either he's supposed to kind of wrap around here, or 54 is supposed to stay more to the outside with his left arm open.
I mean, you're rushing 5. Theoretically, all the gaps should be accounted for. There's no way this B gap should be that wide open. Are you kidding me?
No, it's either on 54 or 91. It's one of those two guys.
The fact that 54 dives into the A gap immediately makes me feel like it should. I don't know. It's one of them. It's 54 or 91, but damn, that's terrible. That's terrible. Mm-hmm. Awful. So bad. Anyway, oh well.
It's wide open for him.
It's really easy. Even Stafford's not that athletic. I mean, Jimmy could have got that first down.
Yeah, it's wide open. Yeah. Everybody's got their back to him. The one guy that's close is behind is blocked by the tight end who's in a route.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just this whole first half of the 49ers, the whole thing with the Niners is just their inability to get off the field on third down.
Yeah.
And people want to look at the score and talk about how good they played, but they played okay, but I don't think they're.
I mean, they didn't shut down the Rams.
No, they didn't shut the Rams down at all. And the Rams killed themselves with the interception in the end zone, and then we're going to see the missed field goal down the road here. Yeah. This is a nice play by Warner to step up and knock the ball out, though.
That was the last play. That was the last one.
The play before,
this one's wide open over the middle. And now we got 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was the one where they fall back. That guy, Blanton killed him. He had 5 receptions, all of them for first downs.
It's like the Niners didn't even see it. It's like, never heard of this guy. He's not going to get the ball.
Right.
Great play by Bosa.
Yeah, he does a really nice job here. Just gets in there.
Odell. You're going to have to give a little bit better effort than that, Odell. Wow. Oh, maybe that's a bad blocking assignment. Maybe not.
Yeah, you don't really want that one.
You don't want that one. Yeah, that was an insane play call by Sean McVay. Really? Okay. I don't know.
But
Maybe Cooper Kupp did that.
yeah, they get it right back here though with Cup running this little tunnel screen, and they're able to miss tackle there by Warner, and you get a
Oh,
6-yard gain.
oh. Watch Warner. Oh, damn.
It's almost like he just falls down when he gets to the point of attack.
Yeah, he's got his left foot way under his away from its center of gravity, and just kind of trips. Oof, that's a bad.
It's almost like he's expecting to get blocked by 77, and he kind of splits him there, but in doing so, he falls down.
Who makes the tackle? DJ freaking Jones from the backside. Give him the extra effort. Give that man his money.
Yeah, so it goes from 2nd and 13, though now you get 3rd and 6, which is 3rd and manageable.
Yeah.
And they go right back to Cup, and this is going to be a really nice ball by Stafford.
Playing way off him, but you gotta in that bunch set.
Yeah, but this is a tough one because they blitz them and they're going to get to him, but when you watch this one, go back to the beginning to the start of the play and watch when he starts to throw the ball right.
All right,
he's going to start to throw it at right. Keep going right now, and look where the ball is. He's at the 21. This ball is going to be caught at the 15 on an out. It's just a really nice ball by Stafford.
Yeah, that's what Stafford does that Jimmy doesn't. That's Matt Stafford. It's really nice.
Yeah.
See, Stafford, I don't know. He does have like a top 5 arm in the NFL, I would say.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a good thrower.
Really good thrower. Whew. Effortless. Really nice. And that's pretty. I mean, it's Cooper Kupp, but not the most confident coverage from Ambry Thomas. Oh my God, let me just grab you. Not the best.
Yeah. That separation that he creates, but that ball, both between the throw and the separation at the top of the route, that's really good.
Yeah. Bosa.
Yeah, it just beats this guy one-on-one.
Great second effort. Second effort. Great balance to not go down. Armstead right there, about to do something. Almost got a tackle.
Yeah, he's double.
Yep.
He's double teamed, and even Ebicom off the other side is doing a good job of getting there. Both those guys are doing. Both ends are doing a really good job, and then you got Armstead doing a good job eating up the double team.
Yeah. Kevin Givens got moved out of the hole right there. Okay, but they seem to trust him. I wonder what's going to happen with him next year.
He's going to be back. I think he's another exclusive rights free agent.
Okay. So here we got 3rd down here, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. This is going to be the touchdown. The Cup. They're going to run a little corner out here. They're playing the safety just doesn't get over. I don't know why he's playing so far inside on this because I know he has to worry about the inside because he's by himself. That's a really nice route.
Put this on Tartt, not Thomas?
Yeah, because Thomas is playing the zone down here. I think Thomas is supposed to be playing the flat down here. He can fall back, but he's still not going to get there. Watch Tartt at the top. This is a really nice little. He gets stood up by Cup at the top of the route. Cup gives him a little fake to the post, which gets 3 to stop his feet, and then he breaks to the out. See that little move?
It depends on if it's cover 2 or cover 4. If it's cover 4, then Thomas has to bail. If it's cover 2, then he's in the flat.
Watch Cup, and you're probably right. It's probably 4, but watch the little step, and it's going to get him flat-footed just enough to beat him to the edge.
Absolutely. It's just because I remember on the broad, you weren't there, but on the broadcast, Aikman initially blamed Tartt, and then after the commercial he came back. Actually, it was on Ambry Thomas. I don't know what the call was.
Thomas is kind of there, and he's just kind of in no man's land.
No man's land. Yeah, that's fair to say. Yeah, I mean, watch what Mosley's doing at the bottom. What technique is Mosley playing? You think cover 2 or cover 4 bail? I don't know. He doesn't really have anyone in the flat.
Looks like
we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, not really good by either player. I think that's fair to say. Tartt hesitates. Thomas is covering grass.
3rd and 13, he doesn't need to be playing that quite as tight as he is anyway. On 3rd and 13, he still has another 3 or 4 yards behind him to even get to the sticks.
Good point. You should be backing up a little bit on 3rd and 13. It's 3rd and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And again, from your point too, with Tartt, like what else are you worried about right here?
Well, he's worried about him coming to the middle because there's nobody helping him in the middle, and that's why that little step by to the post by Cup just gets him flat-footed just for that split second to make some shuffle his feet to get him.
I see what you're saying.
To get the leverage and get to the outside, and that's a really good ball too by Stafford.
Yeah, one more time.
Puts that right on the sideline.
Yeah, that's a really nice ball. That's tough to defend. You really can't have any hesitation on that.
No, and even if 20 plays that perfectly, I don't think he makes the play. Even if he's playing off, I don't think he's going to be able to get there and make the play on it just because the ball.
Area baller says I think Thomas should drop more, force the check down. Tartt had no chance to cover that.
Yeah, I know, and that's fine. I don't disagree with him. I just don't. Even if he's bailing and getting underneath this thing, look at where the ball's thrown.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect.
Unless he's. I don't think it matters unless he was running with him the whole way, which he wasn't supposed to be doing. Because the ball's right on the money. He doesn't break stride. It's just about the route is all about having to get Tartt to be stuck inside so he can get to the leverage, and that's what they do.
That's a good point. No, well put, Jack. Good luck defending that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
The mistake there was the mistake there is the 3rd down.
Yeah.
Conversion before that. Couple of them.
Here we go. Running at Jordan Willis and DJ Jones. K'Wan Williams has the edge. Jordan Willis runs him down. I like Jordan Willis.
Yeah, Jordan Willis is a really good player. He really came on took him a little while because he missed so much time at the beginning of the season. So it took him about 4 or 5 weeks to kind of get his feet underneath him, but then he really came on down the stretch.
I don't think you lose much when you take Ebicom off the field and put him on. I don't think you lose much.
No, those two guys give you a really good 1-2 punch.
It always warms my heart when Kevin Givens does something. Training camp superstar, Kevin Givens. Yes. Yes, I love that. He's good. I love this guy. A little undersized, but he's definitely relentless, and he's pretty tough to move. Boom. Balance. A little hop on one foot. I'm sorry. I'm a Kevin Givens fan. Boom. Oh, yeah. Nice. He can run that hoop, Jack.
Yeah, no, he really can. He really can.
All right. 3rd and 9. 3rd and longs. D'Amico has a problem with I don't know if they're going to give this one up, but a lot of times on 3rd and longs, what people do is blitz, and if you have a good one, you usually force the check down, you rally, make the tackle, you're off the field. Like, shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're going to beat
Stafford has time, and he completes it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What don't you have a blitz you can go to here on what is this 3rd and 9? I'm just saying. There's no pressure. Saleh would call a pressure here. He would have a good one. His pressure packages the last 2 seasons were really good. He would get free rushers. This is just, I mean, you got your 4 guys. You got Arden Key in there. Okay.
Yeah, they're doubling Cup in the middle with Tartt and Ward. He doesn't even look to him.
But Armstead is just nowhere in this game.
He's getting stuck with double teams. They basically said in this game we're not going to let this guy come inside. We'll let them come around, but they're not going to get to us in time if they do that because we've got them beat with 10 and 3.
They've got Jimmy Ward on Cooper Kupp. Does a good job, and he's also he's basically double covered as you pointed out with Tartt and him too.
Yeah,
Mosley just gets beat by Beckham.
Yeah, because they've got one's playing him to the outside, 3's covering if he comes inside, and that's a really good ball by Matthew Stafford though. He's getting no, that's a high level quarterback right there.
Yeah. It's the first time they've gone after Moses. The only catch he's given up.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tartt. Much Tartt. Street getting just thrown to the side. Tartt getting pushed. Street, I'm sorry, he can't play wide 9 D tackle. It can't happen. He's got to go to a different team.
Yeah, it's just
Was
a
he
real
D end
nice.
in college?
He was.
Yeah, this can't happen. This can't work.
He was.
It's not working.
They just double team down, step up, and then the block. That's a really nice block by Skowronek at the end there to help him. All the talk about the 49ers receivers and how good they block, and it was the Rams receivers that did a really good job of it early on.
Yeah.
The 49ers could not get themselves out of their own way on offense.
Yeah.
They're blocking themselves, remember?
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Nice.
1st and 10.
You're going to take a deep shot down the right sideline on
Ambry.
Or actually, no, this is down the middle. Yeah, this should have been a completion. There's 2 plays on this drive right here. That this is the drive that ends up with a missed field goal. He's got him.
Oh, he just drops the ball. Yeah, Cooper Kupp. I forgot about this one.
Yep.
You got Armstead getting doubled and kind of giving up. And whew, oh man, yeah. People said this was going to be a touchdown. I remember. I don't know if it would have been a touchdown, but one more time.
It's going to be close because there's really not much down there for him to beat. Once right there, all he's got to do is beat Ward, and I think he's probably going to do that because it's 1-on-1 with those 2 guys. That's going to be really tough for Ward to make the tackle.
He'll definitely be down deep in the red zone at the very least. So yeah, huge play.
Yeah.
There was that drop and the Skowronek drop that definitely made this defensive performance look better than it was. Those were explosive plays. One was a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
Yep. So there's that one there, and then we're going to get a couple of plays here.
Hold on. All right.
It's a really good job by Stafford to stay in the pocket and kind of let everything develop and then make that throw. This is a really good one coming right back, shot into the hole.
And again, like say you need the Niners need a nickel who can cover Cooper Kupp. This is just zone. Let's cover 4. Just tearing apart the zone.
Yep. The linebacker gets stuck inside with a crosser and just opens up the hole just long enough for the ball to get there.
Good call. It's almost like they know it's coming. That's a cover 4 beater.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Here we go. Was it 2nd and 1? 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1.
Third and 1. They're going to run the ball for 4. They just can't get off the field. They're all.
The hell is
they've been doing this at times. This is very similar to what we saw against the Titans, right? Where they just kind of got stuck on the field. They couldn't get off. And they only give up 20 points against the Titans. Everybody talks about how good the performance was, but when you don't get off the field, you give up points.
Jack, tell me what that front is. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Look at Tartt. Tartt's like, what the hell? What do you want me to do? I'm a DN now, and then just push him out of the play, run over there, 1st down. What the hell is that? 3rd and 1. What is this? I'm sorry. What is that?
Yeah, it's like a goal line defense, and they need to have the linebacker needs to be over the top over here. They need to have another guy over here.
Tartt's like, who is?
You can't have because both their linebackers are lined up in the same spot. 51 or 54 has to be over here.
Warner, what are you doing? Really didn't have a great year. What? He messed up, and it was late getting over. Okay, all right, Fred. We didn't watch a whole lot of defensive film. I didn't watch a whole lot of defensive film this year. Was he looking like this every week? The hell was that?
It got better as the season. Remember, early on in the season, it was really bad, but then it really cleaned up. And this was a rough game for the 49ers all around.
Also, Armstead.
And then you're going to get this next one coming up.
Just want to point out Armstead, like, dude. Anyway, okay, here we go.
Yeah, Jimmy Ward has no idea what's going on this play.
Ooh.
He has no idea where the ball is.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look. That's crazy. So he's got eyes on Kupp all the way.
Ward and Tartt both. Neither one of them, or not Ward and Tartt, but Ward and Mosley, neither one of them know where the ball is.
Oh, my God. Okay, so hold on. So this is cover 4, right?
I think so. Something like that, because they've got the trips guy coming across, which is why he's getting picked up by Tartt. So he's got him, and Ward just needs to stay over the top, and he's got his eyes down inside. And
that being said, though, like this route combination is really hard to defend from cover 4 because at a certain point, Ward's gonna feel like he has Kupp man to man. That's a pretty tough one. I mean, him and Mosley would have to pass that off and have perfect communication. I'm just saying, like, Mosley giving that up on that one and going to Cup is also kind of curious to me. I'm just saying, like, I know, like, you're an outside leverage. It's tough to defend Skoranek, but I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
they
tough.
neither one of them. They both got their eyes inside, and they both come off of them. And they just let them run down the field. They're just really lucky it wasn't a.
I don't know about Mosley
catch.
giving up on Skoranek there. I don't think you can do that. I don't
No,
think you can do that.
No,
I think at a certain point, like, I think at this point, it's man to man at this point. I think Ward's got Cup. I don't know how they coach it, but at a certain point, you got to pick someone. I don't know. It'd be tough to pass that off.
Well, the crazy part is the ball's already in the air, and nobody seems to know it.
That's a great point. No, like, the ball's in the air, and Mosley is going to Cup, and Ward's going to Cup. That's bad luck. That someone should probably find the ball.
So
lucky.
And the only reason it's not a touchdown is because it's a poorly thrown ball. Because he throws it forces where the ball goes. It kind of forces Skoranek to have to come back to back across his body. So instead of catching it out here, it's coming across and it's over here.
You're right. And why? Because he's sliding to his left because of Bosa and DJ Jones.
Yeah.
And Armstead. So poor Jimmy Ward has no idea.
No, neither one of them have a clue. Yeah, look at them.
Oh, this is Ward. This is Mosley. Here's Cup. Cup knows where the ball is. That's a bad look. That's not good. It's not the best. Okay, but it's just an incomplete pass in the I was watching this on television. I have NFL Jesus, which is like right up to the minute play-by-play, and that was updating before the television. And all I saw was incomplete to Skoranek, and I was like, oh. And then I saw it on television, like, you got to be that. Okay, anyway. All right. Here you go.
Yeah. No, that from where I was watching the game, that was a tough one because if he was wide open, you could see that it was coming.
Okay. Nice tackle, Bosa.
Not too bad there.
Yep. What's this, 3rd and 8?
Yeah, 3rd and 8, and they're going to take a shot down the right sideline here to Beckham. Good coverage by Thomas.
Okay. Nice pass rush.
Yeah, ball's just
the ball out of bounds. Let's watch this pass rush. It's a 4-man rush on 3rd and 8. They all get there. Ebicom on Whitworth. Nice, looking like D4. That's good.
Yeah, so
Chris Bosarik is damn good, man. That guy was an outside linebacker until this year. Look at that. Rams didn't want this dude. It's nice. Throws the ball out of bounds. Good coverage too.
Yeah, Thomas does a pretty good job on the deep balls. He doesn't really. He's they keep taking shots at him down deep, and he does a good job of stepping up and making the plays. Yeah. They've missed a field goal there too, and that's why they go in. They're down at this point, 10-7. This is the first possession of the second half.
Seems like he's a lot better in man coverage and zone coverage.
He is.
Seems like his eyes. I don't know what he's looking at in zone. But I mean Mosley too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was better in. This is a really nice play by Mosley to knock him off balance, and a good job by Warner. That's a play that they ran against the 49ers in a very similar situation back in Week 18 on the drive that they used to take the lead at 24-17 in the fourth quarter. They opened that drive up with that play, the sweep to the Cup. The 49ers did a much better job this time.
Oof, looking like Richard Sherman there, man. Yikes. He really doesn't break down quickly on that one.
He's turned and running. He's got his back to the sideline. There's no way he's going to stop the out.
Thanks.
Look at that. The bail, his hips are to the sideline. There's no way he's going to turn. It's way too easy.
Really, really conservative coverage there. Nice pressure by Armstead. But good step up by Bosa. I mean, by Stafford.
Yeah, it's really good pressure by the 49ers front. They need to have some coverage on the back end to help them out, and they don't get it there.
Yeah.
And then they come back from that, and they come right back at him again on this post, wide open.
Oh, my goodness. That is some really soft coverage from Mosley, man. Look at him. He's 15, 18 miles off. Damn, he's not even the same. He's never in the same area code as Beckham on this play.
No. Wow. And then they have Ward is worried about the crosser from 10, so he's
course.
he's stuck underneath.
Yeah.
It's wide open.
Jeez. Armstead doubled. Bosa, not a factor. Big game.
Yeah, it's wide open on the backside. It's a really nice job by Stafford with his eyes too.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Blanton. Is that his name?
Yep.
Who the hell is this guy? Alshier's late to get over. Ambry Thomas.
Yeah, so that sets up 2nd and 1, and they're going to do a good job here shutting them down.
Okay.
Just kind of create a pile
Kevin Givens,
there.
baby. Kevin Givens, baby. Yes. I love this guy. Yeah. I'm like, yes. It's my son. Yes.
He beats 55 across the face and gets there.
Great job. Hey, he could be in the running to be the nose tackle next year. He's definitely smaller than DJ Jones. I don't know.
He's a really good rotational guy.
He is a good rotational guy. Yay. All right. 4th and 1. Is this 4th and 1?
No, it's 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. Okay. There's that great front again where they don't. Okay. Tartt, you're the DN. But they don't run. Should have just ran the damn ball. McVay, what are you doing? Oh, but this time Warner's actually in the right spot. Oh, see, that confirmed what we thought last time, right?
Yeah, they're lined up properly this time.
Yeah, good call. Boom. It was Warner.
Yep.
Warner. Okay. I'll almost argue that Bosa's kind of held there. I mean, geez, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, I'm no Niner fan, but I have to say that's a hold. Okay.
Yeah, and that's just like the sneak, and they drop him for no gain. It's a really nice stop, really good pressure. I think that's Jones who gets the initial push.
Oh, but I mean, let's watch Jones and Givens.
Yeah, Jones and Givens both. They just kind of really
Jones, primarily Jones though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Steelers fan. All right, here we go.
So now it's 17-7. 49ers have a 10-point lead and going to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing I've learned is to trust the Niners with a 10-point lead in a very big game. It's done. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and then this is they get the little completion here, and then you're going to get the personal foul on top of it by the personal foul by 51 at the end there. Gives them a free 15 yards.
That's a bad start.
Yep. Just like that, they're all the way out to midfield. They do a good job of sticking with the running game, even though the 49ers did a good job of starting to kind of shut it down.
Yeah, but you have to stick with it against the Niners to avoid their pass rush. Make those guys work. Bosa took an interesting angle there. Oh. Mosley getting torched.
It's actually, they're in zone here down at the bottom, and there's nobody there.
86 forces Bosa to go into Redondo Beach to come through.
Yeah.
Nice job by him. Cup is really good. 2 best wide receivers and Adams. Those are the 3 All-Pros, right? Although the Niners kind of did a much better job against Adams than they did against. But Adams had no other help. Hard to say.
Well, the difference is that the Rams don't have a quarterback that'll throw to other people.
That's true. That is true. He also has a supporting cast. All right.
Yeah, this is a little flea flicker.
I was watching it.
Flea flicker screen. Holy moly.
I like it. I was watching it, and when it happened, I go, flea flicker. My wife goes, what's a flea flicker? Well, why is it called a flea flicker? I don't know.
It's funny because it's all this stuff is done to create a screen, which is really interesting.
Really necessary, but it works.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, pretty cool. Because usually the flea flicker is to get the big play.
Yeah, they take a big shot down the field, but instead they do it underneath, and it's still a big play.
And you're already starting to feel pretty bad about this. Now the fourth quarter just started.
Yep.
The defense already starting to bend. Hurry up, Matthew. This guy again. They never stop this guy.
No, this is that play we've seen the 49ers run where they kind of just have the guy turn around.
Yeah.
We see the 49ers do that with
Kittle. It's Blanton.
Yeah, and George Kittle. We don't do that. George Kittle, I think he's an afterthought with the 49ers.
Right. Watch Bosa here. Yeah. He's good. Kittle's good, but he's no Blanton.
No.
Kittle. Bosa takes the bait.
Look at the throw by Stafford. He doesn't even really throw it. He just goes like that across his body. Watch.
And then watch Bosa. Yeah. Ooh, that's nice. And then watch Bosa at the end of the play. He knows.
It's like, dang.
Watch out, Jimmy. Watch out, Jimmy. All right. Kendall Blanton, LOL, says Steve. I agree. Who the hell is Ken? Had you heard of Kendall Blanton before that game?
No,
I never heard of him. Don't know what school he went to. Don't know how they got him.
Tyler Higbee had been, the tight ends for the Rams had been a problem for the 49ers this year. Higbee actually had a couple touchdowns against them already, or 3 touchdowns in the first 2 games. And then with him going out, it makes sense that it's his backup that's getting plays.
It's like the Rams Ross Dwelly put the Niners out for the season.
It definitely helped.
All right, so nice tackle, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and then here you've got just K'Wan Williams is right there on the 10-yard line and just gets beat.
That's not good. Okay, it's man to man with you got no help, bud. He just kind of grabs him, holds on. Ooh, that's bad. See, I'm thinking the Niners need someone who can do a little bit better than this one-on-one. Now, he did do a good job against them in the first quarter in the goal line, in the red zone, but damn.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, though. Remember I was saying he does a good job against when he crosses his face because of the leverage that he's playing, but he doesn't do a good job here,
Good point. Oof.
It's just too easy. And he's really struggled this year, it seems like, K'Wan Williams.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be a nitpicker here, but and I know it doesn't matter because the ball's out so fast, but Armstead, man, you got to do something. DJ Jones does nothing too, but he's kind of looks almost like he's spying the quarterback in the A gap. Armstead, dude, come on. 56, Bosa. I think they're getting tired. I think you can see here, 4th road game in 4 weeks, 3 weeks, really. Anyway, that's not really a good pass rush. Look at that pocket. But ball comes out quick anyway.
Wow. Ball's out quick, but it's
huge. But yeah.
It's a wide open pocket. That's easy throw.
20, from the rep.
24 doesn't even know the ball's coming. It's already in the hands of the receiver.
It's not good. All right, here we go. So what's the score? 17-14?
Yeah, so 17-14, and you're going to get play action and just a lollipop down the middle of the field. This is right after the 49ers had gotten stopped on 3rd and 2. It's just
gassed, dude. He's gassed. They have Bosa out, getting a rest, but maybe Armstead should be on the. Just saying, he's gassed. But okay, You got Tartt, and he catches it, and the Niners win, and they're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Oh wait, Matthew, what are you doing? So was it Jordan Willis who hit him? Jordan Willis, was like the hand of God in the playoffs for the 49ers, but Tartt didn't. Wow, Mosley's like, really.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yep. And
let's see what Tartt did wrong here. So he's gonna want to not do this little jump thing that he does. That's a problem. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Why are you jumping? That was the first. No, I would say jumping is not how they taught that one. Nope, don't want to do that. You want to get underneath it and then move forward like a punt returner. I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what he was trying to do. I think he was kind of trying to square himself up and
Yeah.
yeah, trying to
They
square
timed
himself
it
and make
wrong, right?
yeah. He
They
just kind of
got
got
on a
caught
little
in
quicker.
between, and
Yeah. You
this
want to have
is
your feet underneath you when you catch this ball. Oof. It's almost like a Vernon Davis jump catch. Don't do that.
yeah. And I've heard so
Oh,
many people say that this game, that didn't cost them the game necessarily. You don't know what's going to happen after that, but that completely changes it because now you get beat here. Now their four gets caught on the out route, leaves Beckham wide open along the sideline, and you get basically winds up being as a 29-yard completion, which turns into a 44-yard gain after the penalty.
oh my goodness. This is a lot like 4 in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's a couple,
Yeah.
he's a pretty solid guy, but this is now two big games and two big comebacks when he's busted a coverage.
It seems to me that Mosley and Ambry are much better in man than zone. Much better in man than zone. Like you can definitely exploit them in zone.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to jump this route. I don't know quite what he's looking at. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're playing a cover 2 look here where he needs to worry about the flat. You could see Tartt telling Ward to get out there early in the play, but Ward's way in the middle of the field. I mean, those hash marks in the NFL are right in the middle of the field, and that's pretty much where he is. And Ford just jumps the out, leaves it wide open, and they get the whole shot.
Why are you jumping that? Like 24 is there. Is that just that's the Cooper Kupp effect, isn't it?
That's the only thing I can think of.
See, that's the problem. When you play zone coverage and Cooper Kupp's on the field, everyone's just going to be drawn. It's going to be like gravity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that call. I mean, I don't like that coverage, obviously, but it seemed like they were doing pretty good in man-to-man if they could just not let Stafford scramble for 15 yards.
Yeah, this is just – it's just 4 really bad plays in a row for the 49ers, and this is the game, really, in a lot of ways.
Yep. Sorry, watch it again. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, that's okay. I just don't know why they just bust it. Little run here for nothing. Nice stop by the defensive lineman, and they take a shot down the right side. Good coverage by Thomas. Yep. That's actually really good coverage on the double move.
Yep, certainly. Yeah.
And then 3rd and 10, and they just get beat on a screen. 16 yards.
Jeez.
It's kind of like what the 49ers do to people with number 19, right?
Yeah. 3 and 1 both get kind of swallowed up.
Yep. It's not really a whole lot on him. It's just a good job of the lineman kind of continuing to push downfield, and he's just kind of running straight.
Yeah. Pass rush really not getting the same pressure it did the first 3 quarters. Are they trying to do the same thing they did to him earlier?
Yes.
Yep. This time Tartt's quicker on it. Right? Well, this time it's not Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, he stays over the top of it. He's right there the whole way. 12 doesn't give him anything though either to try to stick him inside.
Bring some pressure. K'Wan Williams, boom. First time all game, it works, but the ball's out. But the cushion that's some soft coverage right there.
Yeah. They're going to get the stop here. They drop him here. This is 3rd and 3, and this is the run. They tried to run the screen to 25. Bosa swallows them up for a loss of 5. Warner does, excuse me.
Okay. Interesting. You got Street on the edge, Bosa at D tackle. Nice job by Warner. All right. So now you got tie game, 6 minutes left.
Yep. They're going to open up with a run for 3. Kind of the same little run they do all the time. Just
Yeah.
Little,
It's inside zone. Oh, split belly. Yep. There you go. Okay.
mm-hmm.
2nd and 7.
And they're going to get it to Jefferson out here on the right side.
Oof. Both Mosley and Thomas are pretty vulnerable to those comebacks. You don't get yards after the catch, but I mean, you get conversions.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they're running with their backs to the sideline. It's hard. You can't really cover a curl, a comeback route when you're in that position that they're lined up in, where you can't flip your hips and get back there quick enough.
Yeah.
But now they got 3rd and 1, and they're going to complete it to everybody's favorite tight end.
Woo-hoo. I mean, 51. Just.
There's nowhere for him to go. I don't know why he's not getting out to the flat quicker. There's no reason for him to be worried about where 23 is going, because that's Warner's man.
Yeah, so he's late. Yeah, both Warner and Aziz were not great in coverage this year.
No, they were a little bit of a mess at times, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to get 2nd and 9 coming up.
Okay. No pass rush. Comeback route. I mean, this is a lot like what Tennessee did to the Niners.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. All they're trying to do here is get a completion and make it a little bit easier on 3rd down.
Yeah. Armstead double teamed. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 3, and you're going to get a ball to Cup. Where's Cup lined up? He's at the top of the screen.
One-on-one.
And one-on-one with K'Wan Williams.
Yeah. Not terrible coverage, but then you drop, and then you missed a tackle, and yikes.
Yep.
Oof, Tartt. Come on, Tartt. Jaquiski, you got to do that. That's a tackle you got to make.
Yeah.
Ward gets him. Not the best game for Tartt.
No, none of the game's over, because as soon as they get down here, it's just a matter of running out the clock and trying to drain it. Loss of 1, and then you're going to get a sack by Bosa.
Nice. Oh, tripped him.
He's going to get the sack.
Ground, definitely trips him.
Yeah, that's more of a sack by Ebicom than it is Bosa.
Yeah, let's give Ebicom some credit, who played really well. Woo! Whitworth. They don't like putting Bosa against Whitworth very much. Something I noticed.
Yeah, no, Bosa's always staying over on the other side.
Yeah.
And then they get a little completion here to Cup on a little screen, and field goal, win the game.
Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Isn't it?
Yep.
Sort of.
It is.
Yep. All right.
Yep. After that, they nailed down.
Okay. Real quick, we had a comment from Anoop who said, fun year. How much can the defense do? Kyle should know to score more in these big games. Would one more screen to Debo be asking too much? I agree with that. And I guess it's unrealistic to ask a defense to shut down this Rams offense this late in the year. The Niners had done better against them in the past, though. What'd you think of this defensive performance after watching it again?
It was okay. It wasn't. It definitely wasn't anything to write home about. I think the 49ers on both sides of the ball blew this game. They do it offensively and defensively, obviously. I don't think it was a defensive win in any way, though, holding the Rams to 20 because it should have been 30.
It seems to me like this defensive line really makes the rest of the defense look good. Like, the coverage was not good in this game. It's very conservative by the corners, and they still got beat. The safeties weren't particularly great. The linebackers weren't particularly great. The defensive line was phenomenal until it kind of ran out of gas in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Rams had their number throughout the whole game. They moved the ball up and down the field with the exception of really one possession, two possessions there in the game. Other than that, they moved the ball, and it was actually the only time they went 3 and out, I think, was their first possession. So
yeah, Adam says they forced 1 punt with 2 exclamation points. Adam, has been a while.
Yeah,
I could be calling the Cohn phone anymore. You don't like me? What's up?
That's true. I haven't seen his name for a while. That's
a
good
long time. Good to have you back.
Uh-huh. No, and I agree with him. I feel like the performance was good. It wasn't anything. It wasn't as good as some people have made it out to be. Like it was it was an offensive failure. I think the defense played a big role in the struggles of the offense too. In terms of the fact that if you can't get off the ball and your offense is only running 50 plays, it's a problem.
Yeah. Now they do get the credit for forcing that turnover in the red zone. That saved points. That was a big play.
Yes.
But there was really nothing. Once the Rams sort of got a feel for what they could do, there was nothing the Niners could do in coverage at any level.
Yeah, and they didn't. The only time they stopped them the whole day was the first series. Other than that, they were moving the ball down the field, shooting themselves in the foot a couple of times. You had the 2 drops on the one drive, and then you had the nice play by Williams.
Also, D'Amico, really good coordinator, but as soon as his 4-man pass rush isn't dominating, what was his changeup? What did he go to? He didn't necessarily have that 5-man pressure that was, the ace up his sleeve. He couldn't get that unblocked rusher. I feel like Saleh had that. That was part of the reason I had such a high opinion of him, and he developed that 3 years into his tenure, so maybe D'Amico will get there, but that's something I felt was missing in this game. Where's the pressure? I know you have this great pass rush, and you statistically don't want to blitz Matthew Stafford, but maybe on 3rd and 9, something.
Yeah, I think in this game you really have to give the credit to Stafford on a couple of them though too. There was the one on the one drive, I think it was the first touchdown drive where they bring pressure and he gets the ball out so early and they convert it and it's all on Stafford because if it's not Stafford, if that's Goff or one of the other quarterbacks, he's probably getting sacked there because the ball's not coming out as early as it does.
Yeah. Well, Jack, that was our last film breakdown of the year. Well, we're going to start doing some college players. We'll also do some general Niners discussion. Probably a lot about Mike McGlinchey, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know. We'll see.
One of them's going to be a 49er in 2022 and the other one's not.
Here's my thing real quick. Jimmy probably won't be here next year, but someone's going to take his place as the most controversial player on the team. It's going to be Mike McGlinchey. There's no question about it. The guy that isn't a Pro Bowler, but some people think is underappreciated, some people think is overrated. It's going to be him. And people are going to argue about the right tackle endlessly. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be. You're right that he is going to be the fall guy. He's going to because there's nobody else really along there. Because we'll have to wait and see. Let's see who gets a big deal. Well,
he doesn't get paid anything, so no one really talks to him. He's basically playing for
Yeah, he's free. Brunskill's just a guy. He's not a first round draft pick. So that's the thing. So it's either going to be you're right. It's either going to be McGlinchey because he's a first round pick, or it's going to be one of these guys if they give a big extension to somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, I'll let you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. This was by far our lowest viewed show of the year. This was a painful one. I don't think anyone really wanted to watch Jaquiski Tartt drop that interception in slow motion. I get it, but I still wanted to do it, and this will exist for future generations when they have to watch and see what happened. It's important that we did this.
That's
right.
All about the views. That's right. It's in the time capsule.
It is. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow.